Hi there, and welcome to Yarnchix Podcast episode 62. Welcome to Yarnchix Podcast episode 66. And I'm coming to you from a completely different place because July has been absolutely crazy in my world, in my household. But I'm here. I'm recording and I'm in a different space. Hence, I guess the sound is also different because this is like a wide open space. I'm at work. Welcome here. My name is Mimi and I have this here podcast. Been meaning to check in since June, since we've had this amazing mini yarn festival here at work. Like I said, my name is Mimi. I have an Instagram account called Liebved and I run this here Yarnchix Podcast. I work in a local yarn store here in Berlin, Wedding. Well, we're in Germany, and Berlin Wedding is a specific quarter or district of the city Berlin that I call my home and that my work is now currently in. So we're right at the station Wedding, and we had this yarn festival called Wedding Wool Weekend. And my Instagram is Liebved, which is like a declaration of love, like Liebved. It's abbreviated from Liebeswedding, so dear wedding, like a love letter thing. And it ended up becoming much more about knitting as my life became much more about crafting. There's also like cooking, family, gardening and mending, but there's a lot of crafting. So knitting and crochet and hopefully some sewing. Yeah. I'm a mum of 3, so I run the magic 3-mile knit along all through summer where we craft sets of 3 items for children, and I have 2 projects that I have made as part of that, and I'm really excited about that. So it means we're a family of 5 and I'm at work because my husband, since the Wedding Wool Weekend since the end of June, so Wedding Wool Weekend was the last day of May and first day of June, which I have as a knit reportage for you. So at the very end, you will see like a vlog walking through that festival. It was so much fun. And I will talk about it a little bit. But yeah, my husband, so my partner, has been working at night. So during the day, he obviously has to catch up on sleep. Then we had this whole kind of end of school year, summer. It's kind of hot and baked in Berlin. So it's been really difficult. There's no space for me to record this podcast. Hence, I took you along to work, which feels awkward, but it's what I have to do to finally record this, because there's no end in sight. My partner will be working night shifts till we basically go on holiday, and yeah, it's been crazy. Like I didn't think it would affect me so much, because I know it's hard for him, but it's also difficult to kind of maneuver around it. Most of the time, I guess, if I'm at work and things, it doesn't affect me whether someone's sleeping. But whilst I'm at home, I do feel a bit like, be quiet, like mousy, and I guess that's even more disruptive. So I'm learning to be my normal self and get my stuff done. But a podcast is definitely not on the cards. That was a big intro to say, I have some things to show you. So there is 2 finished objects, and they come from a place of playfulness. If you have never watched my podcast, you'll see I'm really into making toys and things like this. So that is where we will start today. And then I will move over to chat a bit about the craft along that I'm hosting in my podcast community. And then we will have a brief acquisition moment before I go over to the Tarot Knit Oracle plus the Knit Reportage. So Tarot Knit Oracle is I always pull a tarot card considering a question that I have. This time it's a question from the community, so that also sometimes happens. I've had 2 questions that I have merged into one that friends shared when I asked if anyone had a question for the Knit Tarot Oracle. So without further ado, here is my first finished object. Meet Violet, the little piglet. I'm just looking at her on the screen and I think she's such a character. This is Violet, a pig pattern by Cinthia Vallet, who made a book called Mouche and Friends and came along to Wedding Wool Weekend, and I got to meet all the characters. There was this little like trunk show, a little display, which you will see in the Knit Reportage, of all the designs that Cinthia knitted, and they're all so full of character. And actually a group of friends fell in love with the Mina and Alphonse, I will put the pattern name down here, pattern by Cinthia, and they all decided they would knit pigs, so I just joined in. I had this yarn, it's a John Arbon yarn, and I will film them together in a little kind of glimpse. Fairy Thimble, I think the name of the colour, and it was already waiting in the stash to become the pig because it's just so cute, and I love the colour. It's this kind of pinky, dusty bluish pink. It's very nice. It's not flat. You can see it's kind of slightly furry, and I made the hoofs, I guess you'd say, from the same yarn from stash, and I might have enough yarn from the 150-gram skein to make another pig, so watch this space. Now obviously this piglet is still naked because all of Cynthia's patterns come with garments, and I mean they're all so cute, the outfits, and I've started knitting like the first garment, which I will show you in a minute. But another finished object is this. So I have two finished objects, a pig and a miniature Vertices Unite. It's much easier to present than a usual shawl. The Vertices Unite is a pattern by West Knits. So Stephen West, and it's like a first garment for this little piglet. It's knit from all yarns that are quite rustic woolly, and mainly I wanted to try out this Vendol Stormy blend. I really like their colors. It's very subtle sunsetty, and that was going to be the color of the Vertices Unite. And instead of striping, because this bit in the shawl pattern Vertices Unite, this bit is striped, and I thought, oh, I'll just make it from one color. But relatively soon in, I realized, oh, it actually helps to have the stripes because of the way the increases happens. So I decided to just kind of try out the whole pattern design in a really small version and make it for the little pig as a garment, and try out all the different colors that I wanted to use. So this is Ovis Etc. Then there's some Biche Bûche and some Jameson. This is Rosa Pomar yarn, Pergoulas. I really love that color. It's this kind of greeny yellow. And all these colors will become a big Vertices, and I have cast that on, so which I will also show that. It's almost a bit like a swatch story. Okay, so they're the two finished objects. And the last thing in this first part of the podcast that I can show you is a half finished object. Again, Stephen West. It's half a Parachutey, and I'm doing this kind of two color, like split color front. And yeah, this pattern is so clever. You kind of knit the front first, and then you knit a back, and then you join them two at a certain point. I'm using linomukakal, which is our house yarn. Linomukakal is a 100% linen, and we often hold it with 2 strands to be able to use it with like a 3mm needle. However, this is garter stitch, and that would really expand a lot if I was to knit it on a 3mm needle. So I'm using a 2.75. Oh, it's actually a found whip. I suddenly realized, oh my god, what's in this bag? It's another linomukakal project. I have been hosting the craft along for our in-house yarn since 2019, so it's our 5th year. What? This is like so many linomukakal projects. A huge archive of projects have been created by this community, and I love it. So please check out the hashtag linomukakal, as well as kind of with the years. I think we only started calling it linomukakal 2020, 2021, etc. But there's so many projects and ideas for our linen yarns. It's amazing. And I have knitted quite a few garments in the past. Plus I have knitted the Parachutey before, and I wear it so much. I love wearing it so much that I decided to create a second one with this very specific color scheme. And at first I thought I will also split the back into 2 colors, but now I have decided to stripe the back. So the back will completely be stripes, and it'll be snow white and chocolate, so like a dark brown and a very bright white, and will be like stripy, because that's part of the Parachutey that I wear so much when I look down, that I really enjoy looking at. So I decided, okay, if I feel this is good, it gives me a good feeling to look at, I think that's what I want to make for this project. And because this is like a trapeze, these stripes will come here. So when you wear it, the stripes, I don't know how else to describe it, like, but the stripes will be part of the front design as well, because they kind of come in along the sides, and it looks really cool because it's very flowy and airy. Yeah, much so as what I'm wearing. This is what I made in linomukakal last year, or one of the things. It's the pom top. Let me show you a little bit. Oh yeah, and I pulled a thread, which I haven't been able to ignore that to fix. I like wearing it with this top my friend Louisa gave me. It's oh, what's it called? What bra made? Oh, it's a really cool Scottish designer, and I love this fabric, this kind of red woven fabric with this top. Sorry, I'm a chat monster. I can't just film an outfit. I'm like, sorry. Yeah, so I used Japanese red, which is the same as this actually. And this is light green for the straps. It's a design from Heidi, so Heidi, who is, I think, localish, I think Hamburg. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to put their name down here and their Instagram handle. Please go and check them out. Really cool designs. And it was published as one of the summer pom-poms, which I can't seem to find, so I can't show you. Apologies. But yeah, it was the pom top, and it came as part of the summer pom-pom that was all kind of fruit themed. So they had designed according to fruit, and Heidi had used linomukakal, and it was, I think, the first time we were published in pom-pom with our yarn, and I host this knit along all the time, and I was like, I will knit this, and I knitted and finished it for the wedding wool weekend that happened in 2023. So I was very like, yeah, happy with myself, because it was in July and it was so hot, so something so airy and loose was actually perfect to wear at the festival. This year, like I said, it was the end of May and first day of June, so it was a little bit cooler, and it was so exciting. I got to sell some of my things and meet everyone, and I usually host the linomukakal bar, so I'm like selling, pardon me, I'm selling our linen the whole time. I had a couple of projects which I realized I haven't brought here, so I will tell you a little bit more about all the projects I'm knitting in linomukakal knit. Okay, in this bag is my main project that I started early on in linomukakal knit along this year, and I had a bit of hold up. It was frozen for about a month, and well. Then I went ahead and blocked it, and sorry, it has been in the bag since. It's really crinkled. These are the disco trousers, and I've got about a third of a leg and the whole top, and you kind of knit the elastic in. Oh my god, it really blows out in this bright light today. But yeah. Disco Trousers is a pattern by Le Pull, and a colleague of mine already finished hers because we were both knitting along, and I knitted mine, and then I started to worry about the gauge. It looked like it would get huge, and I have some pictures that I will share, like pre-blocking and then blocking with the with my meter. I will show that, or I would have just shown you that just to show you that I lost about 10 centimeters in width, which was exactly what I was worried about. I was worried that I would fit into one leg with both my legs basically, and it would be too big, which is kind of crazy because I'm knitting the smallest size, and I would have been size 2. So she's doing in her pattern, she's offering small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL to 3XL. So I would usually, with my body, my precious peaches, my big bum, and my hip, I would see myself in size large, extra large. So that is also what I knit most of the times for my tops, because I like things to be loose And if I do all this work, I want it to come out in the way I want it to be, which was my problem with the disco trousers. I was like, oh my God, it's the smallest size and it's looking like it's going to be ginormous. Plus, disco trousers have all these drop stitches. You won't see it anymore because as I've just blocked it, like there is, I've put it on one of the tubes that I sell in my shop, and like to hold the stitches, I have these tubes that you put on your needles that are in funky colors in my shop. Like this blue, which I love, this really royal blue. As you can tell, I'm making trousers in that color. Ridiculous. What do I have? What else do I have to say? Sorry, I'm like going into chat monster mode. I'm holding 3 strands of linomukakal, and it's the royal blue colorway. I'm now happy with the gauge. Phew. I was avoiding to check it out. I was depressed. I was like, oh my God, all this work. Not depressed. No, I was frustrated with myself. All this work, and it looked like the gauge was off. I had made a gauge swatch, which I spoke about in the last podcast, but I had forgotten whether I was using the needle from the gauge swatch or a different one. So I was like, my God, like, Mimi, help yourself, help yourself. So I helped myself by mid-project blocking. It's something that Emma, my colleague, had actually, shown me was a good thing to do because Emma was doing it throughout her project. I only did it when I was this far, and I have made a decision. Because of the drop stitches, there will be width added, and when I try this on, it's almost perfect. There is the possibility for a little bit more space for my body, but it doesn't need that much more space, and I want to wear them like trousers, and I want to wear them as much as possible. Here is my idea. I'm gonna only do drop stitches along these sides. So I'll have 3 stripes, ring a bell, running down the side that are see-throughy, and the rest of the leg will be just blue, solid. And hence I will have some disco joggers. So here are my disco joggers. I'm gonna try them on once I get home because I can film that without disrupting anyone and show you what they fit like to add in here because I'm so happy how they look on my body. That's the disco trousers. Check in. They live in this big pink bag because it's a big project, and the yarn balls live in one of my own summer project bags. I think I have one more of these in the shop with this. It's like a speckled graffiti fabric. And I have kept the needles in with the project so I don't forget what to put it back onto. I'm a bit like that. I'm a little bit aloof. I showed you the Parachutey, and the third project on my needles for linomukakal lives in this big plastic bag because it's a leftover project. Actually, it lived in the other summer project bag that I sell in my shop with the neon print, which has two extra pockets, which is great for the linomukakal because you can put them both in. But now this shawl is so big, it doesn't actually fit in anymore. That's a good sign. I think I'm about to finish this relatively soon. Also, embarrassingly, I'm like in the middle of a row. I'm gonna have to like knit that and show you the whole thing later. Most of these ends I've woven in, I swear, I promise. It's the Summer Striped Shawl, a free PDF pattern from my work, Wollen, and this is linomukakal double. And I'm knitting this as part of the linomukakal knit along because I wanted to use up some scraps, and I've got this huge rainbow fade. Now I'm at blue, so the next will be purple, and then I'm gonna go into like deeper, darker reds like burgundy and maybe a pinky red like this again at the end, and then I'll be done. So there's 2 more color blocks and I'm just fading into purple. I love this blue zone. And then now I've just started like the first like a really light purple row here. I think I will be done before I go on holiday, which will be great because then I can block it. I keep weaving in ends in like phases so that I don't have too much work in the end. But I will block it and then I will cut the ends off because I find that with the linen it kind of poops up and it gets kind of into the nooks and it doesn't slip out, and you can kind of massage it in almost like, not really, but felt, like put it into place, and then if I cut it then it's less likely to slip out and get like pokey, which I've had in the past if I've been too rushed with cutting the things off. Yay, can't wait. It's my little kind of Pride Month special scrappy rainbow fade, and I'm in love with all the different color zones. I'm gonna try and film this for you in the garden or at home later so I can show you a little bit more. Last thing for this linomukakal area of my today's 66th episode, I wanted to let you know we run until I think September because I'm away most of August, so I will be not able to really write or sum it all up like I want to, and I will definitely check in the next weeks whilst I'm still around with all the projects and try and share some more in my Instagram. Please, all your projects with linomuka, just add the hashtag linomukakal 2024 and each image qualifies to win a really cool prize at the end. I will just like count all the images we have from all the people who took part, even if it was your ideas, your project planning, you making drawings, or you've cast on, that is already worth a prize because we're not a finished object oriented craft along. So please join, feel free to add your projects, and there's so many cool ones this year. I love the collection. Please check it out. So in my whips, I wanted to show you the little sweater that I'm knitting for the piglet. So I'm using Biche et Bûche Le Petit lamb's wool with the mohair for this sweater. It's from Cinthia pattern for Mina pig. The sweater is from the raccoon. So yeah, I'm loving knitting it. It's really simple. I'll try and finish it soon so I can show a little bit more about my Magic 3 Mile sets and what I'm making for the kids. So the pig will have a top and a bottom, but also in Magic 3 Mile we make sets for children's. So the set is always like a toy, some bottoms and a top, and this is a craft along where we do take a flat lay picture and it's the final image of the flat lay that qualifies for the prize. I'm really excited for this year's crafts and all the things that I'm still planning. The Vertices Unite might become part of it, so this is my other project, the Vertices Unite, and now I'm using the stripes. I bought this at Wedding Wool Weekend. It's the Lani Vendol Stormy Blend, and this is like a sock yarn because I like these colors together in the stripes, and I think I'll make that as part of one of the sets for Magic 3 Mile, maybe with the pig and the small, and then this is the big. It's quite creative. Like the top could be a shawl and the bottom could be, a pair of socks or a pair of shorts, or it could also be a t-shirt. Like, please check out that hashtag also to see all of those cool projects. What else did I want to talk about? So these are two of my whips. The garments, so I've got a little running order. The garments for Vallet are my whips at the moment. Then the big Vertices Unite. All of the linomukakal knit along stuff that I've just shown you. I'm knitting some trousers. I can't wait to finish and wear them. And and then I'm getting into this whole Magic 3 Mile project. I will share an extra vlog about that before I go on holiday because I know I won't be able to record another podcast. It's just unrealistic. But I can record a vlog that's a little bit more short and themed all around the Magic 3 Mile. So watch this space if you're nosy. Where I'm going to have a set for the Parachutey, which is, half done. So that's looking like I will finish that as part of Magic 3 Mile because we run until, I think, the 1st of December this year. So we have plenty of time to make these things. Also, maybe as gifts or, all the sets don't have to go to the same person. You're also free to split it up. It's all for the small people in our life, so it's kind of children's makes. Some of it makes us go really fast because I think I'm planning a baby set. There's some babies in this world. Oh, this is my friend arriving. Okay, so now, just about to start my workday, I wanted to do my final check-in before I share the Tarot Knit Oracle and the Knit Reportage. I wanted to tell you about a little extra event that's happening next Saturday, because I am gonna be part of the open house at Kiezgarn. So Nora has her own atelier, which is called the Silberstein Salon, and we will have like an open house, so you can come in and you can check out some of the amazing yarns that Nora dyes, and you can come and see some of my project bags and zines and postcards and all the things I made for the wedding wool weekend. You will see some glimpses already of the products that I launched there, and you're free to come along. You can bring your knitting. There's space to sit and knit and chat, and we will have cake and drinks, and we will just have a really nice time together. I'm launching the newest zine that I have been working on. I work in a lithography print place for myself. It's just like my kind of fun project. And I get to use these Riso printers, and I have created a Pinga Zine, which is about the knitted penguin who I took along to Edinburgh Yarn Fest, and I'm calling the zine Take Me Back, because this is where Pinga first was made. So it's like a story about a penguin going to Edinburgh and traveling there, and yeah, and I used this really cool minty aqua blue on a yellow for the cover. So I've finished the covers, I've finished the inside, I just got to put it together. That's my job for this week. And the other job is the new bags that I will be launching. I have printed them, but I haven't yet sewn them, so you know what I'm doing this week. It's a whole collection of different linen fabric pinks with the summer project bag print that I do by hand. I'm using this silkscreen technique to make bags, and it's a pink collection that I'm launching next week. Whatever doesn't get sold at the open house at Nora's Silberstein Salon, I will add to my Etsy. And the zine will come live there as well next, I guess on the 1st of August or something, because the event is on the 27th of July from 2 till 6, and it's Silbersteinstraße 133, so 133, oder? Yeah, Silbersteinstraße 133, and it would be so lovely to see you there. I'm definitely bringing more of my neon printed bags, and I thought, yes, let's have a collection of pinks to go with it. I'm very excited to go there and show you some of the bags that I'd sewn, especially for the wedding wool weekend that I still have left. And yeah, just to sit and hang out and knit. I'll probably bring my Vertices Unite shawl, because that's a really easy garter stitch, like backwards and forwards project, so I can chat and meet you all. Yeah, if you can't come, I'm going to try and do a live on Saturday, so I will walk around and show you a little bit of the projects. There is definitely going to be more linomukakal related stuff, and that was actually the swatch story I was going to share. I'm going to save that until next time. I'm just going to show you them, but I will talk about them next time, because now our work day is starting. So these are Kiezgarn hand-dyed linomukakal held double in crochet. I'll tell you more about that later. I'll just show you the skeins, and then I will say goodbye and see you next time. Thank you so much for visiting me today. Look at this. This is Zitrone and Zimt, and yeah, my next cast on. I'm excited. And this is Kornblume. It's so cool that Nora is now dyeing on linomukakal. It's this special collaboration. Here's the label. And yeah, there'll be more of that next Saturday as well. Sorry, it's a little bit crinkled. I'm excited to draw a tarot card with the question, when will the summer arrive and will I be lucky in Chile? I hope you will be lucky and I hope you will all have a nice summer. Happy summer knitting and thank you so much for hanging out with me today. What a strange, different podcast. I'm happy I'm here. I can film all the linomukakal on the shelf so that you can have a little glimpse of my workplace. Otherwise, I'm gonna sell some yarn now to some nice people, and yeah, I hope you have a great Sunday. Bye bye!
bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.